remember as we talk about change, and technology is a big part of that. We're going to talk about that a little bit today, but mostly that's going to come next month. We're going to talk about just change in general, but technology is a big part of that. And we need to remember that relationships is also a big part of that. You have cultivated over, decades, generations, these long farms. You have relationships that go back years and years and years. And those are always going to be so important. So the tech and the relationships are going to run parallel together. The relationships are going to help us with the tech, and the tech is going to help us with the relationships. I've just been going to a conference myself, and I'm still learning and learning and learning myself. We're always learning from wherever we are to wherever we want to get to. The goal with technology is make progress and just improve, because it's always going to be ahead of us. We are not going to catch up with it. Ooh, irrelevant and unnecessary. I do not like being irrelevant or unnecessary. Even if the culture has got me down and I don't feel like I can contribute to something, I still don't want to feel irrelevant and unnecessary. I don't want to be a 3x5 floppy disk. Can we talk about CDs for a minute? You know, I have boxes of CDs in my closet downstairs. I don't think I own a single CD player. Not in my house. I got a new car, not in my car. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. To be honest with you, a few years ago, I went and bought a cheap boombox just so I could listen to my CDs, but it was so cheap it fell apart in like 8 months, okay? So sometimes the adaptation takes some time, and we kind of have to get in the groove there, you know. My CDs will probably sit in that closet for a very long time because I spent a lot of money on them and I liked them. However, they're irrelevant and unnecessary right now. We don't want to be that way. There's a lot going on. What is in your control? Very little. Yeah, most of those things we looked at are pretty big. The technological advances, the weather, the government. Yes, there's some big factors up there. So very little, yet very much. Because it's what's in between your ears. And yeah, in there. So your attitude. That is the number one thing that you can change. And does that take work? Yeah, it takes work. It is not easy breezy. You know, when I come and teach a class or I'm talking to you like this and people say, Monica, where do you get your energy? Well, okay, I'm going to own up. I'm a high energy person, but I plan to be a high energy person. I plan to cultivate my attitude. I plan to bring the good attitude. And you could do that too. I know some of y'all, you spend a lot of time, you're out in the field, you're driving around, whatever. What are you listening to? How are you cultivating a good attitude in yourself? We control that. Nobody else can make you unhappy. Things can happen around you that are hard and sad, but in the end, we have all heard stories of people all over the world who have situations that are desperate, who still choose their attitude. They choose to bring joy and they choose to influence well in the world. We're going to move on. We're going to be better than a computer because we are humans. We are creative. We're going to be better than a computer. We're going to be better than a search bot, right? Computers are really, really good at searching things. I'm pretty sure I can't do that better than them anyway, right? Okay, we're going to be better than a computer, better than a search bot, and better than unconnected information. Ugh, technology has all this information and it just dumps it. Boom. Okay, so there is in front of me a pile of information. So what do I do with that? You don't worry about it. You use what you need to, and you talk to people to be the connector. Communication truly is the core because technology can only share what we tell it to share. The phone conversations and the relationships are still going to be the best thing. That's the way we share together.